defeating the Exposers. Everybody, that you can indeed do it, that you can be a champion in a community like this. Uh-oh, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Rebel, here we go. Ender TJ, history in the making. Lord, we're 30 seconds away. 99 points. You gotta be kidding me. Looks like the Gaming Weekly is continuing on with the action here tonight on Rocket League now. It is the 3v3 action. In fact, for the second time in TJW history, we are seeing a 3v3 here tonight. Welcome to Gameside, everybody. Adrian at Gameside, alongside with Endor, my broadcast colleague, joining us here tonight. Welcome.
Thank you, Adrian. Yeah, as you said, we're back with 3v3 action after a long time of 1v1s, and we do have JML playing this week.
Yeah, and I'll tell you one thing, Endor, with the Exposers in the rear view now, I'll tell you, Rocket League truly is going to be off the hook, and this is going to be some great fast-paced action on Rocket League. And I got to ask you the question, the early going to this matchup, if you're the blue team, if you're the orange team, just for both teams, what strategy would you implement if you're going to be working together as a team to win the match?
Okay, I would definitely, first of all, be communicating with my teammates, because that's very important. And second of all, possibly the most important aspect of a team Rocket League is not only communication, but rotation. You have to be in the right spot at the right time. You can't all just be chasing the ball, because if you hit it downfield, well, no one's on defense. So you definitely want to have your players in position, otherwise you'll have lots of goals scored against you.
And you're right, and I'll tell you one thing, communication, as mentioned, will be key throughout the entirety of the matchup, and the reason for that is because if you're disconnected, you will indeed be affecting your team negatively. And look at this, oh my, the ball was about to make it right there, but instead now in control of JML. And it's funny to mention this here, JML, the Rocket League champion, is actually competing tonight, so you've got to give the edge to the blue team, considering the fact that the champion JML is, of course, perhaps going to be bringing a lot of scores on their end. But wait a second, speed on score! It looks like the orange team, Endor, has just scored for the first time!
Look at this, going up for an aerial there with the rotation of the car, just go straight right by Texas Raider. He cannot make the save. That's beautiful.
Absolutely incredible precision right there. 3 minutes and 22 seconds and counting. The orange team with the first point of the matchup. The blue team with 0, but you don't want to count out on the blue team, of course. The blue team consisting of the champion JML Swimmer and none other than Risk Ruined. And it looks like Risk Ruined, aka Zen, now scoring for the second time tonight for the orange team. And it looks like Endor, now they're gaining all the confidence, beginning to build inside.
You know, if I was Texas Raider, I wouldn't want to be sitting in net. That's just not the proper way to play threes in Rocket League. But he's also missed 2 saves now. That's as Yalo gets his first save. I mean, missing 2 saves within 2 minutes. I mean, I don't know if you want to be sitting there on defense if you can't make saves.
Well, Texas Raider doing a pretty good job here tonight, trying to do all he can to try to carry his team here tonight. Of course, it's all about teamwork. It's all about teammates tonight, too. And Yalo scored for a 3rd time. And it looks like at this point in time, the blue team may have to re-strategize over the next couple of minutes as we take a look at the replay. Check this out again. Wow, absolutely incredible goal there, Endor.
I agree. We have three points for the orange team, and obviously none for the blue team. And I don't know, I feel like it's just going to be JML's first loss in TJW.
Hey, listen, it's all psychological when it comes to this point in time. You don't want to take out credibility away from the blue team. Endor, you've been to the battlefield before on Rocket League, and I gotta ask you this question. When you're losing in a game on Rocket League, what would you do in your personal opinion, in your personal estimation, to try to gain some confidence when you're in the losing side of things?
Well, it's definitely a different case when it's 3-0 as opposed to, let's say, 4-1, because at least if it's 4-1, you know that you can score a goal, but in this case, I don't know. I feel like they have to change their game plan. Whatever they're doing doesn't seem to be working right now. I think they need to change possibly just sitting in net. I don't think they want to be doing that, and I think they need to start playing more aggressively.
Great point. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, the Gaming Weekly doing some tremendous events. Earlier this week, we got a chance to broadcast the 8v8 in which the Gaming Weekly defeated the Exposers, and now tonight it is 3v3 action on Rocket League. Some rare events happening this week for TGW. Of course, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank all the great TGW fans for joining us tonight in their living rooms for the Gaming Weekly, presenting more action, 3v3 fast-paced action style happening in the physics-based game known as Rocket League. As you can see now, Swimmer now missing through here, and it looks like Swimmer is the newest acquisition in TGW. And this could be perhaps one of the reasons why the blue team may be as happy, because we got some new members on the blue team, Endor.
Oh, we do. We do have some new members, and I think that possibly, I mean, we've seen returning members like Yalo just coming back and back week after week for Rocket League, and you know we've seen them get better. They've been playing constantly, so it's definitely. Sorry, I just got a text. It's definitely crucial to be playing this game consistently.
Endor, it looks like JML now scored for the first time in their own team. The question now becomes, with 1 minute and 11 seconds left, the question now becomes, can the blue team capitalize and take advantage over the fact that they gain a point? Anything can happen now over the next minute and 11 seconds.
That's true, but can they score 2 goals, or 3 goals actually to win? I don't think they can.
We're about to find out, and you know what? I'm going to give some confidence for the blue members. In fact, every single member joining us here tonight, they're absolutely incredible. You got to give credit to all of them, but the blue team may have to find it, dig down deep inside to make sure they gain some momentum. And look at this, Risk Rune was so close to scoring yet again, but it was dictated again. And look at Yalo now flipping through. Yalo, of course, still is the number 1 contender to face JML down the road for the championship. And as Swimmer, look at this, was looking right into the ball up midair in free play, off the barricade. It looks like, I don't know where you're now, Yalo trying to dictate, but it looks like it was off the center. And Texas Raider now trying to gain control, but instead it was hit by the orange member there. And now Evil Robobot looking to score for the 4th time. He does! He does! Evil Robobot now! Endor, like you said, great communication, great passing, and also the fact of the matter is, Evil Robot was able to take advantage off the opening. The separation had been at that point in time enough for Evil to score.
Definitely, and now with it being 4-0, you still have confidence for the blue team, because I think I was right.
Well, I think the orange team, I think they may be winning here. 17 seconds. But hey, listen, you know what? JML, Swimmer, and Texas, they did a wonderful job here. You can't take anything away from them, battling throughout the game. But of course, the orange team may take it at home for the next 7 seconds. And ladies and gentlemen, it looks like at this point in time, Endor, as you called into the beginning of the broadcast, it looks like the orange team will indeed win here tonight. Congratulations on the win for the orange team. Yalo, Evil Robobot, and Risk Rune are going to be, of course, taking a victory lap. But tonight, we're getting set for more action. In fact, it's a rematch, 3v3 style, up next. And we're back, a part of the Gaming Weekly. This is the 2nd match here tonight on Rocket League. Some interesting developments now, a very interesting dilemma. The fact is, moments ago we saw none other than the orange team dominate over the blue team, but now it looks like we got some new members for the blue team. For example, Evil Robobot has joined the blue team, and Texas Raider now joined the orange team. So the question is, will that have a huge effect on their own teams?
I think it will, actually. I think the change of teams may be crucial because the last team, or at least the blue team, did seem to be working well together. So maybe with this change, they'll be able to win.
And we're going to be finding out if they're going to be, of course, understanding that change, if they're going to implement their own strategies. And, of course, as you can see, the ball up midair, but instead it was blocked out already. As Swimmer right now off the barricade, you got to watch out, was just fingertips away. Swimmer's going to make it. Swimmer's going to make it. Look at us off the field. But that was so close, though. That was so close. Swimmer was so close as the orange team had a freak out right there. Endor, this is going to be, again, a hot-paced action.
Agreed. Just like you said, he was getting his first goal of the night. Or the match. can't take credit of his last
Now it
goals
looks
from
like
the last match.
it looks like, Endor, just like the last round, it looks like the Orange team have picked up the first point of the matchup, which the question now becomes, can the blue team overturn and turn the table, so to speak?
I definitely think they can. I mean, JML is on their team. I know they lost last time, but JML and Evil Robobot, I know they're two very good players, and I don't know much about Swimmer, but I think he's doing well as well. I don't know. I feel like they have a chance.
Out of everyone here, though, Risk Ruin does have the most experience in TJW competing in Rocket League events, but the champion JML, though, is really bringing his repertoire involved into this match, too. As you can see now, Risk Ruin now up midair, already blocked, though, I believe, right into there. Look at the ball. Could be just moments away from getting scored. As JML, the champion, once again, folks, just, again, swinging for the fences, up midair, off the barricade. Missing through was Yalo.
Risk Ruin missing the ball. I mean, I don't know. It seems like JML is the only one that can consistently hit the ball whenever he wants and where he wants.
And I gotta ask you, Endor, I mean, sometimes in a game like this, there's a lot of frustration beginning to build. Do you think that frustration works against you, or do you...
I think it definitely, well, it could go either way, but I think most of the time it goes against you because you get frustrated, you get tilted, and then it just all goes downhill from there.
Well, that is a very good point, but sometimes as well, frustration could work for you too, because it gives you a new fire lit underneath you as well. And you can see now Risk Ruin, though, missing through yet again here as the ball is up midair. There's Yalo, the #1 contender, who's going to be facing JML eventually for the championship on the line. Hitting the ball now over there near the blue net. Can Yalo capitalize? He's using the boost, and that's one of the things that you're going to want to do throughout the matchup, using boost so he can help you throughout the game.
Yeah, like I said, last game it was 4-1. The ending score was 4-1. Now with 2 minutes left, it's 1-0. I think that change of teams really did help balance out the teams a little bit.
Absolutely. Now you can see there's some real competition, despite the fact that the Orange team has won. You're right. In the other game, in the first matchup, it was the Orange team with 4 points as opposed to 1 for the Blue team. Now it looks like the Orange team, despite the fact that they're winning, they're not winning with a landslide. As Risk Ruin, though, look at this. As you can see now, was so close. Can the Orange team somehow score? But instead it was so close, but it was not to be. Endor, I have another question for you. Oh, wait a second. Developing story, but instead it was JML who got that ball out of the net quickly as possible. And sometimes that pressure begins to build too. And pressure could work against you, but sometimes it could work for you. And you can see now, Yalo saying it for the second time, scoring for the Orange team.
You know, like I said, Yalo, I mean, he seems to be the MVP of the night. He got 2 goals last game, and he has 2 goals this game. He seems to be playing very well.
Yeah, and Yalo has been more focused here tonight. This is a completely different Yalo as we've been seeing over the past couple of weeks. Yalo, of course, is the #1 contender for JML's championship, so you gotta believe that perhaps maybe it could be his time, Endor, to try to refocus himself, to try to reinvent himself and revitalize so he can get better on Rocket League.
I don't think he needs to get better. I mean, he's already a very good player. I mean, sure, he needs to get better
Well, indeed,
than JML,
great player
but he was...
Well, exactly. He has to get better to the point where he can beat JML, the undefeated JML in that one-on-one matchup. So you can see the 1 minute remaining now. 56 seconds and counting, and this is going to be an interesting predicament at this point in time, and this is going to be a great matchup over the next 50 seconds right now, but the question is, can the blue team somehow, some way, score 2 points? That way they can tie up the scoreboard against the Orange team.
I doubt it, because now we have the 3rd goal from Texas Raider, but they had 2 people sitting in it, and Evil Robobot seemed to be very inactive. He seemed to be AFK right there, just doing nothing to help the team. I think that they have no chance, especially with 40 seconds left to win.
Well, the fact that you mentioned Evil being AFK, do you believe that Evil perhaps was saying, hey, listen, you know what, I'm not going to have that much confidence over the next over 30 seconds here, or as you can see, Evil's back in the game, but I believe Evil instead... Yeah, developing story right now. Evil instead is not going to be playing. I believe Evil says, listen, there's no point. I believe the Orange team is going to win. 25 seconds left. As you can see, Evil's just having a great time now.
He's just sitting in the net, not even playing defense. He's just sitting there along with Swimmer now, doing the same. But
well, the question is, though, as you can see with just 10 seconds, do you believe the Orange team, once again, as a team as a whole, not only are they going to be taking a victory lap, but I believe they're going to be understanding that for the next 3rd and final matchup, they may very well take the win home, as once again the Orange team won. And once again, going back to what you said, absolutely the most valuable player has to go with Yalo here.
of course, Not only did he have 2 goals, but he had 2 saves and also 5 shots on net, bringing a lot of pressure as well. That's just crazy.
Well, great job to Yalo. Absolutely incredible showing from Texas Raider and, of course, Risk Ruin, but also the blue team. Evil Robobot, Swimmer, and JML, despite the fact that they did not win the matchup, they came up short. No way that they're going to be, of course, no embarrassment from them. They did a great job tonight. And we are back. It is the main event here tonight. The Gaming Weekly presented the final matchup, 3v3 style. Adrian and Endor at game side. And I'll tell you, Endor, this is going to be a great one. And perhaps maybe this is going to be interesting, a lot better than staying in a sewer, that's for sure.
I have to agree with that one. I mean, we've seen so many Rocket League matches, just week after week, probably about 580 times we've seen these matches, and it's just crazy. This is a very fast-paced game. We're 30 seconds into it, and it seems to be very balanced so far, but can't wait to see what's up.
Well, it may not be the 7 Losers Club members, but there are 6 in here tonight. It's JML, Evil Robobot, and of course none other than TTV, Yalo, and Risk Road and Texas Raider once again working together as a team to try to knock off the blue members. For the past 2 rounds, the orange team did pick up the victory, but tonight now it could be the blue team members' time. But wait, instead, here you see the members now again beginning to pick up the speed.
You know, if we're a minute into the game, and it seems to be they're all just chasing after the ball. I don't see a lot of communication here. I don't see a lot of rotation because...
Ho-ho! Well, oh my God, JML just scored right there. And I'll tell you, you gotta pay... Listen, you know what? You gotta pay JML a penny. He is so wise in his game. The fact that he was able to score for the first time of the matchup.
You know what? He should get a penny for every time that he scores a goal because he would be rich, I swear.
Well, of course, he is undefeated at JML. The 1v1s... Oh, my! Wait a second! JML now instead is going to say, we're not going to end the stream with the orange team winning. We're ending the stream with my team winning, as he scored for the 2nd time.
You know, JML seems like the only one that seems like he can score goals here and just do what he's supposed to do. It seems like his rotations are fine, but his teammates, I'm not sure about that.
Well, there is a reason why he's the champion, but nonetheless, though, again, there's only 3 minutes and 45 seconds left in this matchup, and you got to wonder if the blue team members are going to have to try to, or I should say the orange team members are going to have to try to re-strategize so they can try to take the upper hand in this match. Risk Ruin and Texas Raider and Yalo perhaps are going to be building that frustration due to the fact that they're losing drastically at this point in time, so that frustration, in my eyes, could work for them to work better throughout the match.
You know, especially even Robobot here, we need him to be staying loyal to his teammates. Last game we saw him quit. We saw him say, you know what, this isn't how I want to spend my summer inside of the game. He just wants to be doing what he needs to do, and I think he needs to start paying more attention to the game.
Well, hey, listen, you know what? I'll tell you one thing, though. For Evo, though, despite the fact that he somewhat tapped out in the previous round, though, you got to wonder now, it's going to be much more focus here tonight in this game instead of just actually quitting.
You know, that's a possibility, but again, we have Yalo, the MVP of last game, and the game before getting his first goal match.
Yeah, the first point, orange team now could capitalize here as we take a look at the replay. Yalo went full force right there, hitting that ball right into the net as if it was some sort of stone into the skull of Pennywise, but nonetheless.
We have around 3 minutes left in the game. It's 2-1. I definitely have faith that, you know, the orange team can win, but I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Well, we have 2 minutes and 41 seconds. This is going to be an interesting matchup, and we talked about the dynamics and the mechanics of the game. Wait a second. A developing story right now. Look at Evil. Going back to your point there, Endor. Evil now standing still. Could be playing possum. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure what the game plan is. Evil Robobot, though, is not moving here tonight. Oh, now he is back in this match. I was about to say it's technically a 2v2, or I should say 2v3 action, but Evil Robobot, though, got exploded right then and there.
No, I think a game plan that is to be taken into consideration is just trash talking your opponent, saying, hey, I'm not scared of you, you're just a little baby. I think that needs to be considered because it gets them very tilted and that may cause their gameplay to be, you know, worse.
Exactly, you're right. Of course, trying to take the big man down. Trying to take that big man down a little size. As JML, they'll look at us off the ball across the field here. And this is, like I said, going to be a very fast-paced action. Something that we saw in the first round, second round. And it's going to be no different here tonight in the 3rd round. Man, I mean, this is high-paced action, octane action at that, here tonight on Rocket League, ladies and gentlemen. TGW style. You can only see this type of action on a weekly basis, only here on the Gaming Weekly. Adrian and Endor at game side.
So, Adrian, I do have to ask you this.
Yes.
Do you think that JML will be winning this matchup? Because we know that JML seems to be the best player. Well, obviously he's the best player. He seems to be playing the best as well in these matches. But do you think his team will be able to win, despite?
Well, I don't want to count out on the orange team, and that's why. And that is one of the reasons why. Yalo scored now for the second time in the matchup. They're completely tied. So moments ago, we were talking about how the blue team was going to gain all the confidence and all that. They were going to gain the victory preps, but instead it was Yalo, though, decided to say, hey, Endor, I got some more left in me. I'm going to make sure that the orange team will indeed win.
Yeah, well, seems like Yalo further proving our point that he is the MVP of the night. I think if Yalo went up against JML in 1v1, it would be a closer match than it was the last time they went head-to-head.
Well, you're right. Tipsy turn, so to speak, is swimmer right now. Look at this, off the barricade, but instead the ball is in free play. Up midair, here come the blue members now, but you got to watch out for Yalo. You need to have the eyes on the back of your head when it comes to Yalo. He can come up out of nowhere like a sly and completely turn the tables for the favor of his own team. Uh-oh, wait a second now, look at this. This is a danger zone instead. Looks and see the orange team just able to, again, put the ball on the other side. And uh-oh, wait a second. Blue team may capitalize, but instead it was so close. 30 seconds remaining. We're at literally tied between two teams, 2 points apiece.
The ball seems to be headed to the net just like a boat into the sewer of Derry.
You gotta be absolutely kidding me, though. Take a look at the replay right now. It was Risk Ruined from out of nowhere. Was able to capitalize right then and there. And folks, now the orange team with 3 points just at the last 21 seconds and counting, which means the blue team really need to be light and quick over the next couple of seconds so they can gain victory here tonight.
You know, like I said before, I think that Yalo winning this matchup is not surprising. Sure, JML is on the blue team, but Yalo has been playing incredibly well tonight, and it seems like he's going to be bringing the victory.
And look at that, spectating Texas Raider. He's saying here, we might as well. Are you kidding me? You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be absolutely kidding me.
0-second goal from Swimmer.
Are you kidding me?
Bouncing in the
For the first time in history at TGW, for the first time in the Gaming Weekly, right at the last second, the blue team scored. We're at overtime, something that we did not expect.
Maybe I shouldn't have doubted them. Maybe JML will be taking this home. They're going to bump. Texas Raiders got bumped by his own teammate.
Well, we're literally at an overtime right now, something that we did not expect. We were about to say the orange team was going to gain the victory, but right at the last second, the blue team stretched and clawed to make it an overtime. You got to be kidding me. Never before in the history of the Gaming Weekly that's ever happened.
JML taking another shot, did go to a little bit outside of the net, but this time does he get more position from Yalo? No.
In-game psychology, you gotta cut the map in half, so to speak. In other words, you gotta make sure that you, of course, isolate your opponents. That way you can gain the upper hand and gain the victory tonight, because it literally is 3 points apiece. And at the last second, the blue team again climbing up to make sure they're, of course, nose-to-nose with the orange team.
You know, maybe if Turtle Boy was in this match, it would have gone a little bit differently. You know, he's a very good Rocket League player as well. Maybe.
Hey, you know what? As long as he doesn't throw up a universe, we're fine.
Maybe if he.
Oh my God! Wait a second!
Texas Raider! Texas Raider!
Texas Raider! Texas Raider! Texas Raider did it! Texas Raider did it! Texas Raider! Texas Raider! Texas Raider! Texas Raider! Texas Raider did it!
He sure did.
Texas Raider, literally at the last second, ladies and gentlemen, was able to score for the final time to make it a 3-victory lead. 3 points for the first 3 rounds. The orange team defeated the blue team.
That was crazy. Of course, Yalo getting the MVP again. He's definitely the most valuable player of the night, and he definitely deserves that title.
Ladies and gentlemen, what an absolutely incredible night. First off, what an incredible week. 8v8 style on Halo Reach. The Gaming Weekly defeated the Exposers, and now tonight, 3v3 action though. Here tonight, the Gaming Weekly, folks, I'm telling you, it is absolutely incredible. But nonetheless, though, we do have some breaking news concerning one Rebel Weekly. Well, this is quite interesting, though, because according to what I was told, it looks like the second commander of the Rebel Weekly, Mr. Minigun Killer 10, has sent us a message earlier today, and he says, quote, "You best believe there's something else coming down the road that will affect TGW, and there will be a dark day in the Gaming Weekly."
As long, maybe he'll come back in 27 years and they'll come back with the Rebel Weekly again because it seems to be returning so often here in TGW.
So often and often and often. Hopefully, of course, the 7 lucky members can rise up and indeed take down the evil known as the Rebel Weekly, or of course,
as Adrian's mic goes out, hopefully these 7 members can go and take down the Rebel Weekly, as we can always do without them cheating, because the Rebel Weekly is far inferior to the superior TGW.
What is next? The Gaming Weekly continuing on. We'll see you next week.